Well, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. And first, I want to begin by acknowledging former Chair Inhofe because these hearings really started last March. It was the only committee that I serve on that was really actively engaged in determining the role of what was going on. And I remember having hearings from quarantine and various places around the country when this was just getting started. So I want to acknowledge Chairman Inhofe's leadership for getting us engaged in this process at the very earliest stage. I also want to recognize, goodness knows, I've had my major differences with the prior president, but setting in motion the Operation Warp Speed was an important initiative, and it has been amazingly successful. The standard I use with my staff whenever they say it'll take a year to get this done, I always say, don't forget Eisenhower retook Europe in 11 months. And General Perna, you beat that extraordinary deadline under very, very difficult circumstances. So I really think that has to be acknowledged. There are plenty of other failures to be discussed, as Senator Kaine mentioned, but I think it's appropriate to recognize success when we see it in the development of the vaccine. The question I'm interested in is the distribution. And General Perna, my principal question is, where are the current bottlenecks? Is it manufacturing? Is it syringes? Is it the middle mile? Is it healthcare professionals at the end of the line? Where is there? What can we do now to try to address whatever bottlenecks are remaining to get these shots into the arms of hundreds of millions of Americans?
Senator, just for reference, we purchased and being delivered every day all the syringes and needles and all accessories necessary for administration of the vaccine, so that is not a shortfall, and they're delivered accordingly. Currently, it is the volume of supply that we have access to. With that said, I will tell you it's increasing very rapidly. When we started in December, we were shipping roughly 4 million doses a week. As of this week, we're averaging 15 million doses a week. And come mid-March, maybe about 21 March, we'll be shipping as much as 30 million doses. We knew that the ability for the manufacturing to meet the requirement would have to scale accordingly, and they are getting there quickly. And as hopefully we add Janssen to the portfolio this weekend, and then in the future, AstraZeneca and Novavax will have even more for distribution. That it is the supply that is the holdup. Over.
So there's no there are no doses sitting somewhere in warehouses waiting to be distributed. It's the supply at the very first stage, but the remainder of the distribution network, even down to the healthcare professionals in individual sites and individual states, that is scaled up, you believe, sufficiently?
I am 100% confident in that. The state and local governments have done an exceptional job. As I alluded to earlier, we've increased provider accessibility from roughly 7,000 locations to over 130,000 across the entire country. So our ability to deliver and then administer is equal to the amount of supply that's available.
Well, I want to end with a question to Ms. Cummings, and really it's a reiteration of Senator Cotton's question. And I think this goes for both of you. One of the most effective things about the military is the after-action review. And of course, we're in the middle of the action right now, but to the extent you can assess Ms. Cummings, problems in the Defense Production Act, for example, authorities, timing, how it actually is executed, that would be very helpful to us. And the same thing for you, General, in terms of distribution. Are there authorities, are there elements of the effectuation of your work that can be improved by changes in statute and things that we can do to help? So I hope both of you will supply us, after this hearing, with any written suggestions you have for authority changes or other things that we can do based on the now extensive experience you have dealing with this catastrophic situation. With that, I want to thank all of our witnesses today, as all of us have, for really extraordinary work. And we want to be sure that we support you in every way possible to complete this work and end this terrible chapter in American history. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Well, thank